Logan Paul challenges Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship at Crown Jewel on November 4th in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And frankly, at this point in time, with how the US title has been handled throughout this entire year, WWE should pull the trigger and make Logan Paul walk out of Saudi Arabia, walk out of Crown Jewel, the brand new United States Champion. Number one, because he's proven in the, 3, 4, 5 handful of matches that he's had in WWE that he can handle the big stages, that he's a natural when it comes to sports entertainment, even when it comes to the in-ring product itself. He doesn't look out of place. He's had tremendous matches. Seth frickin' Rollins being the most recent, I believe, at WrestleMania. And Ricochet, I can't forget about Ricochet at SummerSlam. And prior to that, the Money in the Bank ladder match. So, again, everything. And, by the way, that promo that he gave on SmackDown, the guy's a natural. The guy's an entertainer. And he can yap. He can talk on the mic, no doubt about that. He gave us a little bit more on Monday Night Raw, along with Dominic Mysterio, a little disrespect to Samantha Irvin and Ricochet as well. That segment was a little bit wild to me. Again, I don't feel like we should be going back to Ricochet when it comes to Logan Paul, but, that's WWE. And by all means, make Logan Paul United States Champion. On one condition, of course. That he shows up every week, every single Friday night on SmackDown, as long as he's the champion. Because it would really hurt the quality of the show. It would really hurt the reputation of the show. It would really hurt the character work of the brand new GM on SmackDown, Nick Aldis, if both of their singles champions are part-time and don't ever show up on the broadcast. So we can't have a part-time United States champion. So just on that note alone, he's miles ahead. He's got so much potential, and he's just scratching the surface of what the Logan Paul character, the Maverick, can do in WWE. That being one. And number two, the US title has been an afterthought in 2023. And that's on creative. It got a little bit of a spotlight for WrestleMania because John Cena challenged Austin Theory for the title. But other than that, it's been in the background. It's been completely forgotten about ever since. And that's not even Austin Theory's fault. That's not even Rey Mysterio's fault. It's not. It's booking. It's writing. It's creative. And like I said, if you've been watching these videos, you know that I've been wanting Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar to go at it for the United States Championship, to have that falling out with the LWO. And I've been saying that simply because I want some spotlight, some big headlines to come out for that U.S. title. You got to put that championship where it should be, which is back in the prestige, back in the spotlight of the blue brand. And Rey Mysterio as being this vanilla babyface champion on SmackDown with no real challengers, with no real feud, no real rivalry, no real edge to it, was not working. It was not working at all. So if Logan Paul can bring some relevance back to the United States Championship, so be it. So be it. And Rey Mysterio, he's 49. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend, but he's well past his prime. He moves like he's in his mid-30s. There's no doubt about that. But again, having him as United States Champion, you either put over a guy like Logan Paul or you put over a guy like Santos Escobar. One or the other. You can't have him as a long-term mid-card champion like you did in 2009 with the Intercontinental Championship. You just can't. You got to bring up the new generation. And with that said, if you make Logan Paul the United States Champion, which I firmly believe will be the exact thing that happens at Crown Jewel, I mean, that will create mainstream headlines for WWE. I mean, just the build-up alone, it gets a lot of clicks and headlines for WWE social media. If you do that, if Logan Paul becomes United States Champion, he's already got heat, he's already got beef with the current star that's set to challenge the Tribal Chief for the Universal Championship at that very same event. And hell, down the line, hopefully for WrestleMania season. I want this match to happen at WrestleMania. LA Knight, yeah. Let me do that right. LA Knight, yeah. Challenging Logan Paul, the Maverick, at WrestleMania for the United States Championship, and finally getting that spotlight, finally winning gold in WWE on the grandest stage of them all in a high-profile match. That's a perfect story, especially considering that LA Knight is set to lose to Roman Reigns. 100% he's going to lose to the Tribal Chief at Crown Jewel. Now, I don't think that's going to hurt him too much. And there are ways to protect LA Knight in terms of, even in loss, you can still put him over. WWE has done that multiple times in the past. Hopefully they're able to pull it off here. But in the meantime, LA Knight, after his loss to Reigns, is going to cool off for a bit. And the best way to get him back with great momentum, back in the spotlight, is to challenge for the U.S. title and eventually win that United States Championship. So with that said, those are my thoughts. That's a game plan as far as the U.S. title is concerned. The main goal here is to bring relevance, bring importance, bring prestige back to the United States Championship every single Friday night for the next few weeks, for the next few months, and for the very near future. And I firmly believe Logan Paul winning that United States Championship at Crown Jewel, defeating Rey Mysterio, whether it be clean or not. Hopefully it's clean, but, you know, it's Rey Mysterio. We got to protect the babyface. That bothers me a bit, but you just got to do it. You just got to do it. But with that said, what are your thoughts on Logan Paul challenging for the United States Championship? Do you think it's the right call? Are you excited for the match? Who do you think is walking out with the U.S. title in Saudi Arabia come November 4th? With that said, leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. Tune in later on tonight to FS1 for another episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Tune in later on tonight to TNT for another episode of Rampage, and tomorrow's head-scratching main event on Collision. And I'm only saying head-scratching because MJF, Kenny Omega, first time ever, AEW World Championship on the line on a random Collision episode with 3 days notice. AEW, man. Hopefully, they've got some backstage. I mean, not backstage. Hopefully, they've got a plan to not go through with it. Because, look, this match could headline AEW's biggest pay-per-view. It could possibly be one of the best main events AEW could ever produce. And if so, it should at least be on pay-per-view. So why they're having it on Collision, I do not know. Am I excited? If the match actually happens, am I excited? Absolutely. It's MJF. It's Kenny Omega, the Cleaner, the Devil, world title on the line. But it's a shame that 3 days, Collision, random Collision. And I get it. It's Kenny Omega's reign is on the line. Okay. Then you plan for that, build for that. You don't just throw stuff against the wall and hope it hits. So with that said, we'll just have to wait and see what happens on Collision tomorrow night on TNT. So with that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.